Exercise 13.11. They ask you to copy and complete the following. For the first one, they're looking for an equivalent fraction that's equivalent to a half. So it needs to be something on 8 that is equivalent to a half. So if you take the 2, you're going to multiply the 2 by 4 to get 8. So you need to multiply the 1 with 4 to get the equivalent fraction. So 4 over 8 will be equivalent to 1 over 2. Number 2, you're looking at the 2 and the 6. You multiply the 2 by 3 to get 6. So the bottom you're going to multiply with 3 as well. So 3 times 3 will be 9. So the equivalent fraction to 2 over 3 will be 6 over 9. Number 3, you're looking at the known figures, which is the 5. What did you multiply 5 with to get 20? You multiplied it by 4. What you do to the bottom, you need to do to the top. So 4 times 4 gives you 16. Number 4, you're going down now. You're going from 24 down to 6. So how did you go down to 6? With what did you divide 24 to get 6? You divided it with 4. So if you divide the bottom by 4, you need to divide the top by 4 as well. So then you'll get 5 over 6. 75 divided by 3 will give you 25. So if you divide by 25 at the bottom, you need to divide by 25 at the top. So you get 2 over 3. Exercise 13.12. They ask you to write each of the following common fractions as decimal fractions. So what you need to do is you need to get it over 10, 100, or 1,000. You need a 1 with zeros. So you know that if you got 3 over 5, you can take it to 10 because 5 times 2 gives you 10. So you're also going to multiply the 3 by 2 to get 6. So 6 over 10, there's 1 0 next to the 1. So there's going to be 1 decimal place. So it's going to be 0,6. Number 1.2. The 25 can go into 100, so you're going to convert it to a fraction that's got a denominator of 100. So 25 you multiply it by 4 to get 100, so you need to multiply 7 by 4 to get 28. The 100 has got 2 zeros, so your final answer will have 2 decimal places, so it will be 0,28. Number 1.3. 8 can't go into 10 and it can't go into 100, but 8 can go into 1,000, so you're going to write it onto 1,000. 8 times 125 gives you 1,000, so you need to multiply the 5 by 125 to get 625. The thousands have got 3 zeros, so your final answer needs to have 3 decimal places. So it's going to be 0,625. Number 2, write each of the following decimal fractions as a common fraction in their simplest form. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to convert it onto a 10 or a 100 or a 1,000. You need a 1 with zeros. So 0,4 will go onto 10 because there's 1 decimal place. So you need 1 0, so you're going to put it onto 10. 0,4 will be 4 over 10, and then you just need to simplify it. That will be 2 over 5. 0,25 will go onto 100 because there's 2 decimal places. It will have 2 zeros. That will be 25 over 100, and if you simplify it will be 1 over 4. The third one, is 0,055. There's 3 decimal places, so you know you're going to put it on 1,000. That will be 55 over 1,000, and if you simplify it, it will be 11 over 200. (13.13) They ask you to convert these fractions to percentages. So to get a percentage, you need to get a common fraction with a denominator of 100. So if they give you 1 over 4 or a quarter, you need to put it as a fraction with a denominator of 100. So 4 times 25 will give you 100. So you need to multiply the 1 by 25. That will be 25 over 100. As soon as you got it as 25 over 100, you know it's 25%. Number 2, 3 over 10. You're going to multiply 10 by 10 to get 100, so you need to multiply the 3 to get 30. 30 over 100 is 50%. Number 3, 7 over 25. You're going to multiply 25 by 4 and 7 by 4. That will give you 28. So 28%. 13 over 20. You're going to multiply 20 by 5 to get 100. So you need to multiply 13 by 5 as well. That gives you 65 over 100 or 65%. Number 1.10. You're going to multiply the decimal by 100 to get a percentage. So 0,5 times 100 will give you 50%. 0,8 times 100 will give you 80%. 0,75 times 100 will give you 75%. 13.13, number 2, they tell you there to convert these percentages to common fractions. Percentage is a common fraction that is over 100. So 10% will be 10 over 100, and then you just need to simplify it. It will be 1 over 10. 33 and a third percent over 100 will be 33,3 over 100, and that will simplify to a third. 60% will be 60 over 100, and that will be 3 over 5. Number 3.1, convert these percentages to decimal fractions. So you're going to take the percentage and divide it by 100. 30% will be 0,3. 62.5% will be 0,625. 145% will be 1,45. Number 4, you have to copy and complete the table in your workbook. All the red figures is the ones that you had to fill in. Please mark it and make sure you did it correctly.